find this very interesting. Africa seems cursed by never-ending comma. Sims. Very good. Okay. Actually, you want a better word. Don't use the word sims. Use a more active verb like appears. Cursed. I know. 그런데 항상 더 좋게 만들려고. Appears cursed by never-ending internal conflicts and terrorist violence. The UN, NGOs, and other foreign states. So, the basis of UN peacekeepers. UN's peacekeeper bases are often attacked. Okay? Try to do the adverb before the verb. Okay? So this is adverb, verb. Okay? Are often attacked, and foreign aid does not seem effective in ending such problems. Okay. I emailed this to all of you, the original version and the revised version. So you can learn. It's a learning experience. And then OCW I was you too. Therefore, internal clashes in Africa are important issues to resolve internationally. Okay. Okay, sure. Ending the violence. Okay. Is this better? Okay. Because violence can be singular or plural. Okay? You can refer to a single event or many events. Okay. Okay, therefore internal clashes. You don't need therefore. Clashes in Africa are important issues to resolve internationally. Therefore, this paper explores how influential civil wars are in terms of the present condition. Explores the causes, effects, and troubles associated with civil wars. In Africa. Okay? Okay. The present conditions of civil wars. The present condition of civil wars. Okay, the Civil War refers to a political armed struggle to acquire and maintain power within one country or inside of society. That doesn't make sense. You just keep maybe one country, okay? There are 5 conditions. Civil wars are defined by 5 conditions. First, the focus of civil war. Okay. First, the combatants. Okay. Focus on focus on the maybe you can say the combatants challenge each other for the sovereign power of the country. So they both want sovereign power, right? That's what you're saying? Then you can say that first the combatants compete with each other for the sovereign power, okay? Second, again, try not to use there are. At least two groups possess, okay, organized armed military, armed forces, okay? Because sometimes they can be insurgents. At least two groups possess organized armed forces and internal conflicts. And internal conflicts take place when those two groups have a war. And fight each other. Third, the government of a country should have government forces. Should deploy their forces against other non-government factions. Opponents. Fourth, the war can be defined as a civil war. Fourth, the war the conflict triggers at least every year, okay? This is a small number, at least 1,000 casualties every year, okay? Lastly, wars. These are internal conflicts confined to national boundaries, okay? Alright. Okay. So it's much more clear, right? This is a subject, so you have to say the research database. This is a database, right? Well, okay, that's fine. The research database global prevalence of civil war demonstrates the number of civil wars from 1940s to 2006. The number of civil wars increased dramatically in from the 1960s to 1980s, okay? So 1991, are you saying 1991 was a peak? Okay. Okay. The number of civil wars peaked between 1991 and 1993, okay? During the collapse of communism, okay? Soviet Empire. Okay? That fell dramatically afterwards. Okay? In 2006, witnessed only 5 civil wars. Only 5 countries experience in 2006, only 5 countries experienced civil wars. Fami, next month, you're next. Or Elber. Hurry up and write something so I can tell everybody why it sucks and how we can make it better. Okay? That way we can publish. Alright? Alright. In 2006, only 5 countries experienced civil wars. Afghanistan. Okay? Do you see? Now it's more clear, right? Only 5 countries experienced civil wars. Afghanistan, Iraq. This is Sri Lanka. Right? Okay? Sudan and Chad. How do you spell that? Oh, you know, right. You're right. Right, of course. I'm getting old. Yes, I used to know this. Iraq, Sri Lanka, Sudan, and Chad were the focus of African countries. What do you mean with the focus of African? Only 2 out of 5 are African.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something else.
Then get rid of this sentence. Okay? So make sure every sentence, every word is necessary. Okay? I think what you're trying to say is that the number of internal conflicts in Africa has followed a global trend. Okay? Following global trends. And sharply diminished. And sharply diminished afterwards. Okay? So try not to repeat this. Try not to repeat the same word twice. Okay? So write Cold War just once. Okay? And sharply diminished afterwards. On top of that, the number reached the highest. Cold War peaked between 1989 to 1992. Peaked between 1999 and 1992, and sharply diminished afterwards. Okay. With only 2 countries experiencing civil wars in 2006. Okay? Also, you want to try to do it in alphabetical order, okay? And you don't need this sentence. You're just repeating the same thing. Don't say tons of civil wars. Okay? 12% of the population, the world population, live in Africa, but African countries have experienced what percent of civil wars? Do you know or not know? Okay, then find out, okay? Although 12%, okay, of the world population live in, okay, oh no. Although Africa hosts 12% of the world population, it has experienced blank percent of civil wars in the past blank, okay? In the past what, 50 years? Okay, find out, okay? So like, good writing samples, you never use ambiguous terms like tons. Okay. The average duration of civil wars, no, just say like African civil wars also persist longer. The world average is 6.5 years, while African average is 8 years. Okay? If you do average, you don't need about. Okay? That's understood. For last 4 decades. Okay, what time is it? Oh, it's already 5:36. I think everyone's tired. I'll do the rest at home. That sounds good? Did you learn something or you're all bored? Okay, thank you. Yay, we all learned something.